इति व्यवसिता राजन् हर्यश्व एकचेतसः प्रयोस्तं परिक्रम्य पंथानम anivartanam. Shukdev Goswami continued, my dear king, after hearing the instruction of Narada, the Haryashva, the sons of Prajapati Daksha were firmly convinced. They all believed in his instructions and reached the same conclusion. Having accepted him as their spiritual master, they circumambulated that great sage and followed the path by which one never returns to this world. So this is rare to get a bona fide spiritual master. You see, what is the effect? It's not easy to even understand the effects. Say, suppose you go to a doctor, and doctor can sometimes just give you have a fever, you have some disease, he can just suppress your fever. That's what some doctors do who are not well trained, and patient is satisfied. They sometimes go to the doctor and they insist an immediate injection to reduce fever. But the disease is as it is. The same way, the real disease is different in the material world. We have a tendency to lord over the resources of material nature. That's the proper use of the word. Tendency to lord over the resources of material nature. We have a tendency to enjoy the material existence. And here Narada is not going to teach such things. Mostly the guru and disciple are combined together. Both are cheaters. The guru speaks because he wants to have a comfortable life. So he uses the disciples to bring him comforts. And he, on the name of spiritual life, he enjoys sense gratification in great comfort, just like a rich man enjoys. And then the disciple, what is he doing? He is also not interested in anything to do with spiritual life. He also is happy with some natak. And if at all he prays to the guru for Ashirvada, so that his sense gratification is nicely settled. Just look at the amount of cheating going on in this world. What is the mistake both of them are bereft of? Tapasya. The Prabhupada says we should be very, very careful. Spiritual life is not for enjoyment. Spiritual life is for tapasya. Tapasa brahmacharya na. And where does the tapasya start? From brahmacharya. Tapasya start from controlling sex life. Otherwise there is no tapasya. All tapasya is zero if that is not there. Correct? Would you agree? No, he is very austere. He eats only half chapati. He does not sleep only, but he is indulging in some with the woman. You will agree to his tapasya? No, all bogus. Tapasya start from brahmacharya. Tapasa brahmacharya na damena samena va tyagena satta shauchavyam yamena niyamena va. So tapasya start from brahmacharya. So that is the first thing the guru and disciple should have. In fact, if there is a proper combination, very nice analysis somebody makes, if there is a bona fide guru and a bogus disciple, no use. If there is a bogus guru and bona fide disciple, no use. If both are bogus, then also no use. That's what is happening in this world. That is what is all going on in this world. Bona fide guru or bona fide disciple in the spiritual line is meant for sincere. Just like in Bhagavatam we see Shukdev Goswami speaking, Parikshit Maharaj is hearing. Bona fide guru, bona fide disciple. What the transmission that happens is so pleasurable. The Bhagavatam just shares the discussion of Shuka and Parikshit Maharaj, and it is spoken to be the topmost Vedic literature. What is Bhagavatam basically? Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring from Shukdev Goswami about basic spiritual questions. What is my duty, particular duty of a man about to die? Please explain to me what I should do. And Shukdev Goswami is speaking. Both are bona fide. Parikshit Maharaj is not in the sense that please, he is not even asking Shukdev Goswami, can you do something to take out that snake which is going to come? He did not even ask about that. Prabhupada says something very nice, that Parikshit Maharaj had at least 7 days. We are not assured we have even 7 minutes. This is our condition. Are we assured we have 7 minutes of life? Can somebody give guarantee? Is anybody who has a courage to say, I guarantee? What guarantee you will give? You are yourself not on any, you may not be there. Who is giving guarantee may vanish off. Correct? Somebody give guarantee. I give you guarantee you will be there for next 7 minutes. He himself may go within 7 minutes. There is no guarantee. We cannot give. But still, you see how much keen he is. Whole throughout Bhagavatam, he asks bona fide questions. He is not asking how I can be comfortable, how I can eat nicely. And look at the tapasya he is showing. 7 days he did not take a drop of water. Look at the tapasya. How much he is eager for spiritual advancement. Now, Prabhupada not asked us all these things. Don't eat for 7 days and all. No. That is a different soul altogether. It's a soul which could handle the tej of Brahmastra when he was in the womb. He is not an ordinary child. Imagine how much he must be determined to say such a statement. He has the tapas. Food and water please leave aside for 7 days. I'll not waste my time with it now. And let me now hear. Should I hear about Krishna or I should do something else? He's asking Shukadeva Goswami. And what does Shukadeva Goswami say? Varyaneshate prashnaha kritalopa hitam ripaha. Your question is so glorious. Atmavit sammataha pumsam. This is so sweet. Such question and answer about the subject matter are for the benefit of the whole world. But why people are not listening? Shota vyadini rajendra ninam shantim sahasrashaha. They have millions of subject matters of hearing society. Just like we see on Sunday, so many people we invite Sunday evening to come. And so many of them, since 10 years, they come at 8:30 only. Why? Because there are so many subject matters of hearing, they cannot give them up. The TV will not switch up till 8 o'clock. So much attractive it is. Metal word looks so attractive to them. Shota vyadini rajendra ninam shantim sahasrashaha. Thousands of subject matters. Mind is absorbed in it. Apashyatam atma tattvam. They have no interest to hear anything about Atma Tattva. So blind. Apashyata means they are so blind, they do not know what subject matter is useful for me to hear. Griheshu grihemedina. Just living in a house like a grihemedi. They are not grihasthas. Grihastha means he is very eager, very serious about spiritual realization. And grihemedi means he is living in the house just for sense gratification. Then what is the next shloka? Nidraya hriyate naktam vivayena chavavayaha. He says, Divachartahya rajan kutumba bharanenava. Nidda. Night what they are doing? Nidda hriyate rajan. Sleep and have sex. Niddaya hriyate rajan vivayena chavavayaha. Then Divachartahya rajan kutumba bharanenava. Daytime get money, economic development, get more money and get some more and more comfort for sense gratification. So this kind of life is condemned in Bhagavatam. That's why people, when they hear our message, generally people, because they are like animals, they can't understand this. They run away. Because there are enough cheaters. And there is no law to catch these cheaters today. No law, no system. So you have to take your own care. Suppose there are colleges and engineering colleges. Okay? Mostly engineers. Now what do? You have engineering colleges and then what happens? Suppose there is no credit system by the government. Just like government has created NBA, this thing. Or you cannot even run a college without registration from the government. Okay? Suppose government is so careless, throws away this registration. Then what happens? You have to then take care which college to go because there is no stamp, no registration. You understand or not? So you have to take care. Now you determine which college you're teaching the way Narad Muni is teaching. You will not find anyone. All cheating. Not one will tell you this message what Narada told to the sons of Daksha. Nobody will tell. Your materialistic life is of no use. Don't get lost into sense gratification and family life. Nobody will teach you this. No, stay nicely where you are. Enjoy nicely. You take this mantra for me. Pay me some dakshina. You be happy, I be happy. Everybody will teach this or not? They teach this or not, or they don't even teach the papa karmas. They don't even teach that. Just like we are very strict on this principle, that you cannot do any intoxication and avoid even tea and coffee. Who will teach? Why they will teach? If you are interested, why they don't teach? Because they are not interested, just like a doctor. If the doctor is strict, why is he strict? Because he knows the patient will not become healthy otherwise. He is really a genuine doctor. Get it? You should not do this, you should not do this, you should do this, you should do this. Why the doctor is so strict? Because he actually wants the patient to be healthy. Understood? But if the doctor just wants to make money and fool patient, why is he bothered? Therefore, Prabhupada says, unless you are really interested to deliver the world, then don't take up any responsibility in the society, particularly the spiritual responsibility. Why you take? You make a big adambara and then people come to you, but you have no interest to make them advance in spiritual life, because you yourself have no tapasya. You cannot give up your smoking, you cannot give up your drinking, you cannot give up your illicit sex. So what do you have strength to tell? Correct? If I am smoking, can I tell people stop smoking? I cannot. How? It will not work out. True? Neither my shabda will have strength, even if I tell. That's another thing. Suppose I am indulging secretly in breaking the regulated principle and I tell people follow, nobody will follow, because the shabda has no strength. You know that example? One lady took one child to a saint. He said, this child eat too much sweets, so please tell him to stop eating sweets. He said, he come tomorrow. So she went tomorrow. Said, don't eat sweet. The child immediately stopped eating sweet. So then after a few days she came, so why didn't you tell the first day only? He said, that day I was also eating sweets. So if I am eating so many sweets, if I tell also, it will not affect. So unless you follow, your shabda will not be effective. Correct? It will not be convincing to people. So that is also there. So therefore, because they know they cannot do, what are people doing mostly? Whatever sadhus, they only are limited, locked within their community. That's all. And community people hear them because of that vyavaharika. हमारे तो community के स्वामी जी हैं, इनको सुनने का है. They are not interested to follow one word, he says. And neither he has power to say anything. It's just waste of time. Correct? Most of all this community Swami, just waste of time. We see their followers eating meat, drinking, all nonsense they are doing. Then what is the use of that Swamiji? Swamiji means speak. If you cannot speak, it's said, if you collect neophyte disciples, you go to hell. You have to take karma of the shishyas. Agreed? So many people, they are very happy because people will, because people also want natak, no? I have a Guruji. But the Guruji, what is he telling you? The Guruji doesn't say anything, he's silent. One person told me, one Guruji, I asked why the Guruji doesn't say anything. He said he's telling, if I tell and they don't follow, they'll be aparadha. So I don't tell. Don't make them shishyas then. You understand? Because you have to take the karma. It is not a joke to become a guru. Not even guru, this is just a term. Don't take responsibility. If you take any responsibility, you have to take karma. Because if he does bad, just like a father, if his son does papa, he has to take karma. Because the responsibility. Okay? Similarly, spiritual responsibility, anywhere responsibility, just like any responsibility you take, immediately you become now responsible for guidance, just like a doctor. Now the doctor, patient goes to doctor. If the doctor doesn't know, he should say, please, I don't know. But he becomes popular, he becomes a community doctor, all lakhs of people in the same community, whatever community they go to him. And he does not give medicine, he doesn't know itself, or he has no power to preach. Then what is going to happen? Will he get arrested or not? Why? Because a doctor, if he gives a wrong medicine and there is adverse reaction, not only the medicine will be banned, even the doctor may be put into task. Why is he giving wrong medicines? Understand? You should know the medical science. So exactly in the same way, we are in the material existence for treatment. And material world is not a place to stay permanently. The message, just like yesterday we read, the message of any Shastra, not only the Vedic literature, even corollary literatures like Quran and Bible, message of every literature which is Shastra is to go back to kingdom of God. Nobody has told, including Buddha, nobody said stay in this world. Go back to kingdom of God. Correct or not? So from where the joker people are coming who are saying, please be comfortable, I'll give you Ashirvada so you can enjoy in this world. What is this going on? Anna? It's very, very funny. So here we are very fortunate. Therefore Bhagavatam is called Amala Purana. Even Vedavyasa in other Vedic literature has emphasized these things. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You have some so-called of religious system. Then after that you have economic development. Then after that you have sense gratification. And after you get frustrated from sense gratification, you go for moksha. That is also Sayuja Mukti, not real Mukti. All four are different phases of sense gratification. Why? I'll prove it to you. Dharma is not real dharma, paro dharma. It is the cheating dharmas. Some adambra. Society, I am this. No interest for spiritual advancement. No rules and regulations being followed. Some drama, that's all. Rituals. This dharma is basically rituals, which are not helping you to advance spiritually. There is no spiritual advancement. And then after that, but at least there is some regulation. That is called Pravitti Marga. Pravitti Marga is more or less rejected in the Bhagavatam. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not given them. Vairagya Vidya Nijbhakti Yoga Shiksharthameka Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Kripa Muddhi Sam Prapadye. I take shelter of Lord Chaitanya because he gave Vairagya Vidya. You understand different Pravitti Marga and Nivritti Marga? Now the sons of Daksha are following Pravitti Marga. Dharma Artha Kama Moksha, the Chatur Purushata. They came. You cannot say they're irreligious. They come, father is saying, beta, you have to produce a lot of children. Yes, Papa, first let me do some brahmacharya and tapasya. Otherwise, you cannot be a good grihastha. They come to a place, they're taking bath and they're following rules and regulations. They're not doing any papa karmas. They're very pure. They themselves, you cannot get people like this in the society. You understand? And then what is happening? After that, they want to get some tapas, become purified, get married, produce a lot of children. And dharma, artha. Then when you have follow rituals and punyas, what will happen? You will have artha. Then the artha you do, kama, you enjoy your sense gratification in a regulated way based on dharma. And then when you enjoy sense gratification based on dharma, slowly what will happen? You will get disgusted with sense gratification. Those people are enjoying without dharma, then that is papa karma. Then you will not come out. You will be stuck. You will not be able to come out of kama to. When karma is done in a regulated way, slowly you will get disgusted about it. Then you will come to moksha. This world, material world is useless. I don't want to live in this world. Aham Brahmasmi. That is a moksha they get. So they are going on this marga, Chatur Purushata. And here comes Narada Muni, a revolutionary. Because Bhagavatam is a revolutionary literature, not like other Vedic literatures at all. Therefore, Bhagavatam is easily not understood in society. Nobody knows what is Bhagavatam. So Narada Muni comes. He is a Vairagya Vidya. What is this? Producing children and all. Vairagya, give up. And he explains what are the various elements. He explains them. He says, why you want to be entangled in this world? Unnecessarily. Such pious boys. Why don't you go back to Godhead? And that is the real meaning of that is called Panchama Purushartha. Prema Pumartha Mahan. Most of the people don't know this. So-called followers of Vedas, that is called Veda Vada Rataha. They don't know the message of Narada Muni. They do not know. Daksha now will scold Narada. There's a conflict between Pravitti Marga and Nivritti Marga. That's what's going to happen. He says, I am a real sadhu. Yesterday I read, you are a pakhandi in the dress of a sadhu. They don't understand. So Narada Muni is saying, what is the need? Why? Why you cannot directly take up now Krishna consciousness? There is no need. In the Vedic culture, it's not compulsory for men to get married. Girls, it is compulsory. Men, there is no compulsory to get married. Because girls are abala, they're physically less strong. They need protection. For them, there is a need. Why a man should get married? It's not necessary. And then what happens when he hears this message, the sons of Daksha, Haryashva, they understand. Why I'm unnecessarily getting stuck up. Then you have to produce children, then you have to take care of children, take care of the wife. Where is the time then to chant Hare Krishna? Why I'm unnecessarily getting stuck up? There is a very nice example given in the Bhagavatam of elephant and crocodile to complete this. So that is Gajendra Moksha. When that crocodile catches the leg of the elephant is in a very difficult condition because he cannot fight on water. In the land, I recently saw some video. That elephant looked to be very intelligent. The crocodile caught his tusk, Here it was leg, tusk. So what the elephant did, he pulled him outside. Slowly came outside on the land and then crushed that crocodile. It's come in National Geographic. So he's very intelligent. He knew on water I cannot fight with him. Correct? Water is no control only for the elephant. For a crocodile, water is very good. You understand? So Prabhupada says, therefore, every individual will determine which ashram is convenient for him to practice spiritual life. Grahastha or Brahmachari. But preference should be given to Brahmachari. Because why? But that's what Narada is telling this for sons of Daksha. Why unnecessarily get up? Why unnecessarily get lost into that? That's why in ISKCON generally when devotee comes, at least for 5 years we tell him, try being a good brahmachari. Because nobody has ever practiced brahmacharya. So unless they attempt brahmacharya, they will not know whether I can be brahmachari. Okay? When they have been few years brahmachari in the temple, then they can see whether there is a need. If there is no need, stay as a brahmachari. You understand? But in society, this thing is not there. They think, unless I have tasted family life, how will I know it is bad? That's what Daksha is going to argue to the Narad Muni. How do they know? By hearing. Everything we don't have to know by burning our hand. I gave that example. The first class intelligent man is, if I have a fire and I say, don't put hand, he understands. And the second class intelligent man is what? He burns his hand and he then understands. Third class, he burns one hand, second hand, he never understands. So Kali Yuga society, third class actually. If it is first class, and if he has heard intently, definitely he should give a serious attempt to be a brahmachari. There is no need. Prahlad Maharaj, when he is saying, Yanamaya tunadi grihame sukam hetocham, you think Prahlad Maharaj is experienced? He is only a 5-year-old boy. So how he is? He heard from Narada, that's all. You got it? He says, whatever sex life is enjoyed in family life, I spit at that pleasure. Now, how is Prahlad Maharaj speaking that? Because he has heard from Narada. He's accepted, the first class intelligent man. Okay? So now we can, in that perspective, we can appreciate the instruction of Narada. And Narada instruction go completely in parallel with the message of Bhagavatam. Vairagya Vidya. It's not that a Grihastha cannot advance, because Grihastha is also called Grihastha Brahmachari, provided he follows the Grihastha Ashram rule. You cannot follow Grihastha Ashram rules unless you have been a good Brahmachari. It is not possible. Okay? Then your Grihastha life means you will get into comforts of the Grihastha life. You will not have any tapasya in your system to seriously practice spiritual life. So here Narada's instruction will keep coming now. It's a very, very interesting area of Bhagavatam. Direct conflict between Narada philosophy and Daksha philosophy. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.